Today, let us talk about titles, guys. What's in common with South Indian heroes and American fighter pilots? Well, both have titles. Titles means that you add some kind of addition to your name. Like for example, if you're a fighter pilot in the U.S., they might call the Maverick, right? Let's say Jim the Maverick Carey, for example, or Iceman, right? Joseph Iceman Harold, for example. So they use titles like that to give a oomph to yourself, right? Or Iron Mike Tyson, for example. So in the southern film industry, famous heroes of course have their titles, and some heroines as well. Lady superstar Nayanthara as an example, and not only popular in Hollywood, but for example, the Telugu film industry, you've got Chiranjeevi, who's known as a mega star. That's his title. And interestingly enough, there is another famous Kannada actor. He's acting in this movie Coolie. His name is Upendra, and he's known as the real star. Now that's a very interesting title. Why is it called a real star? Well, the story is a bit interesting because apparently when he acted as a gangster in Kannada film, he brought in real gangsters to co-star with him, and therefore that authenticity of it, so they gave him the title the real star. That's kind of cool, isn't it? So coming back to Kollywood, so Kamal is known as Ulaganayagan, right? And he had a few other titles before that. And so Vijay, the Nepo kid, made good among the many Nepo kids who failed. He was a disciplined Nepo kid who set a target and achieved. So he always struggled to find a place in a crowded marketplace of South Indian film heroes, right? Where is he going to position himself? Kamal is already positioned as the hardcore actor, okay? People like Vikram, even Surya try to go into the niche, but it is kind of after Shivaji, Kamal has dominated that aspect of it, right? And if you talk about commercial stardom and popularity with the masses, after MGR, Rajini has dominated it, and Rajini is still in the game. So where does Vijay go, right? So he is trying to sort of look at what are the gaps that are available, and so when Rajini took a break from acting, slowed down in his movies and all, and in fact on the stage said that people like Vikram, Ajit and Vijay are the next leading stars. So Vijay used all these gaps to push himself forward, trying to fill the place of Rajini. And even at the very onset, he got inspired to become an actor after seeing Rajini's Annamalai dialogue delivery, and all his earlier movies always had references of Rajini. So when the younger Vijay fans now start looking at Rajini as an enemy, or why doesn't the old man go away, these kind of things, it is kind of a concerning kind of culture that's developing with the new generation. Whereas in the past generations, they were always very, very, very beholden to their teachers and to their previous senior actors. You can see how Rajini treats Shivaji in Padayappa, how Rajini and Kamal treated Balachandra sir, the director, versus how Vijay was very antagonistic with his own father, director as is Chandrasekhar. And also he tried to just grab what's available, but maybe honestly Vijay is just reflecting the culture of the era we live in now, right? The morals or the situations now, where people talk about just grab what you can and succeed at all costs. But of course karma is a boomerang, that's a different thing. And some might argue that what else can Vijay do? He is in a catch-22 situation. He has decided to become an actor, and he's in an era where actors, maybe compared to yesteryears, are able to perform longer due to advance in technology and circumstance. So whereas Shivaji and MGR sort of faded off a bit earlier due to various factors, but current stars like Kamal and Rajini are still in the playing field. So in the 90s, Vijay was able to use the slowdown of superstar Rajini to fill in a lot of the spaces there, and he was able to grow. His films were mostly, if you compare, besides the overt reference to Rajini like posters and saying I'm Annamalai Thambi and this kind of thing, he also mimicked in terms of some kind of style, some kind of mannerism and so on. But he always expressed his admiration for Rajini. But slowly the things started to change when the movie, when he starts doing a bit better and so on. he was starting to fight more directly with the Rajini films. So he had all this, especially in Baba and all, rumors that he had gave a party, and so all these kind of news sort of came to a head when Sarath Kumar uh, said Vijay is the next superstar. Now this title declaration by Sarath Kumar is very interesting, because if you saw Nakiran Gopal, the journalist with the big mustache, his interview that he gave a few times before, and most recently he gave this interview in the 50-hour superstar marathon done by the the Vijay, I can't remember his name, Vijay, not Vijay, something Kant also his name. So he gave an interview. For those who don't know, Nakiran Gopal is the guy, journalist with the biggest mustache we've ever seen. And so during those era where the criminal Veerappan and had some kidnapping thing going on with Kannada hero Dr. Rajkumar, so Rajini had to go in between the states and sort things out. Much as recently he went to Andhra and sort of create some drama in their politics, all in good intentions, of course. So Sarath Kumar declared himself the supreme star. He gave himself the title, and well, regardless of whether he himself or somebody gave it to him, well, he is known as the supreme star. And when this journalist Nakiran Gopal overheard him say that, from now on it's no more superstar but only supreme star, well, ego got the better of Sarath Kumar. Of course, ego is the entity that destroys many stars. Even recently, when Vijay started walking around the mic on stage and mockingly said crow and eager, when Rajini in fact went out of his way to say that he did not refer to anybody, and again Rajini on another stage went again to say that he appreciates Vijay as a young star, and it's not good for both of them to be in conflict. Yet, young people are always having what you call a hot blood, always ready to fight, looking for a fight. So he tried to say he wants to wear father's shirt. Trying to wear father's shirt and trying to take over the father's shirt are a bit interesting differences. Again, we'll leave it for the viewers to judge on that. And I said, Vijay is in a challenging situation compared to maybe yesteryears, but the way he approaches and finds a solution, maybe he can look into it again. But in politics, probably these traits will be very useful: grabbing opportunities and taking over things, and then owning them, right? Sarath Kumar always had a thing with the title, and also had a disappointment that he could not. He thought he could overcome Rajini as many heroes did, but he could not. So he always probably had a bit of a thing there going on with Rajini. So when he saw Vijay coming up, maybe he felt that, okay, so I'm going to put Rajini in its place or something like that, right? So that is the thing with supreme star Sarath Kumar. So much as Vijay took over Rajini directly at first, with putting his posters in the movies and this so on, and then doing mannerisms and things, he also in the competitive marketplace needed to find his niche. He used the 90s Rajini absence to move forward, and he needed a title. So what happened was, there was another hero called Saravanan, a dark guy, who acted, for those who don't know him, in his early years. Later on he acted with Surya's brother Karthi in the movie Paruthi Veeran as a Chittapu. So maybe you guys recognize him from that. And also most recently in the Rajini film Jailer, he played the role of one of the bad guys with the massager on his head, who Rajini kills, right? One of the first person Rajini kills when he meets Yogi Babu. So that role was by Saravanan, and he was known as the Ilaya Thalapathy, right? After that, of course, Vijay sort of took it over, and Saravanan was pushed aside. So since this strategy worked, so Vijay kept going with that style of taking over people's things and owning them, right? So do you want to give a moral judgment on it, or are you going to be Machiavellian and say that it's if you are going to be not alert, then sorry, somebody takes over from you, right? Or you are not going to play the A game, your title is there, nobody knows, then why not use it? So it's arguable. So then what happened was, the word Thalapathy itself became very famous in popular Tamil Nadu lexicon once Rajini acted in the Malayalam movie Thalapathy. So that word became like hot, and so that is already Rajini's link to even Vijay's title. And then what happened was, there's another Thalapathy in politics, of course, Stalin, Karunaji's son, who also has that title Thalapathy. So Ilay Thalapathy belonged to Saravanan, taken over by Vijay, and then Thalapathy, Stalin, again Vijay used the same word Thalapathy, and maybe he thought it's a good luck or what. There's a lot of sentiment going on in Hollywood, right? So at one point he decided that it's nice when somebody says now Vijay is superstar. Why not take over, the very person that he so-called admired in the beginning, right? Why not go all the way? I mean, it has succeeded in the past. However, just like certain leaders who become too greedy, right? Like what Putin did in the war with the Ukraine. Initially, he got Crimea. He should have been happy, but he decided to go again and invade another country, whatever reasons may be. And now things are in a mess there. So that's a challenge for all humans, right? Everybody wants to move forward in life, but somewhere if you become you want to go up too much too fast, right? Like let's say your father is the king, but you cannot wait, right? And you launch a kind of a coup against your father. Well, sometimes yes, there are sons who have killed their father and become king, and of course in other situations where they might lose all that they had, right? So in this situation, the public was not up with what Vijay and group was doing, trying to take over the superstar title. This was too much, they felt. People were quiet when he took over Ilay Thalapathy. People were quiet when he took the word Thalapathy. But superstar was a bit too much, and everybody, or not everybody, maybe about 90% of people were against it. And when the film Jailer came about, and hardcore fans like Super Subu, they wrote lyrics about how people are trying to grab titles, Pattata Tirida Nooru Peru, Kodi Peru, whatever it is. So that resonated a lot with the audience, the public. So Vijay started to lose a bit of the popular support. His hardcore fans were with him, but it was becoming quite antagonistic among a lot of people. Rajini tried to cool down the situation by, if I'm not mistaken, it is the audio launch of Lal Salam, I believe, where he came back to the mic again. Well, what Vijay did, Vijay came back to the mic, turned around and made a mockery of the word crow and eagle. However, Rajini came back and he directly said Vijay, the word Vijay, and said that I respect him, I've seen him grow in his career, I appreciate the good things he's doing, and I hope things go in a positive way. However, I think Vijay is in peak ego right now. I wouldn't blame him. Of course, if you are a youngish person and you have through in a very crowded marketplace, you found a way to move forward. Of course, you might have some ego, and you can't sort of how to say. Can you be blamed for it? I mean, you have to go give the answer. I think Rajini survived because he was very, very spiritual, even from his young time. He was very much into spirituality and Raghavendra and meditation and all that. So that helped him control his ego. So that's how he always respected his seniors and moved forward. Okay, so that's the situation. Now Vijay found himself in a crowded situation. The top stars were still playing their A game. He can't take the title superstar, and he saw that Rajini now has left a gap. Earlier, Rajini left a gap in cinema by resting, and now he has a gap in politics. Jayalalitha, which used to scare Vijay a lot, pretty much destroyed his film Talewa because of the tagline "Time to Lead" when she was leading. Those people are like not really there, so Vijay smells an opportunity. And again, as I say, it depends on your philosophy in life. Are you going to say Vijay is right or wrong? Vijay is, if you want to say, is real politic, is Machiavellian, do whatever it takes to win the game, then yeah, Vijay is right. If you're playing basketball or football, you're going to see a gap in the defense. You're going to see somebody not alert. You're going to grab the opportunity. You want to win the game. But for people who look at world different way, who look at world in more of a spiritual angle or win-win angle or hard work lead to success angle, they might not look at the world the same way. So Rajini is more to the other side of things. So Vijay enough face quite a big challenge, because after the title battle and so on, and the public became quite unhappy with that, Vijay is also prevented from getting a lot of good feedback, because the army of supporters defend him so much, and a lot of psycho fans are around, and he's estranged with his own parents and all that. So it's not so difficult to sort of lead Vijay further astray, right? So Vijay is taking a gamble going into politics, but you see he's still acting. He's still doing rumored to do a H. Vinod movie. So if you know in the fields like other entertainment industry like wrestling, WWE, or in comics, Marvel, DC, they do make a lot of big drama. For example, the death of Superman some years back, I think 1990s or 1990s, I think. It became a big issue. That comic issue sold so much because people were like, huh, Superman died, how? Right? So they want to create like a gimmick to create interest. Otherwise, people lose interest in the character. And then after some time, Superman suddenly comes back to life, and then they sold another batch of comics with that drama. Oh, he comes back alive. So whether this is again Vijay copying Rajini's strategy of maybe I will go into politics, this kind of thing, but with the added twist that he's taking more concrete steps, because if he does the same thing, then people are going to again attack him for it. We will see with time. So Insta chief minister is not the easiest thing to achieve. I think as actors, every actor comes and say, I'm going to start a party, I'm going to be chief minister. I mean, come on, man. You think chief minister is is it something like a Mercedes or BMW sold in the showroom where you just throw the money and get it? Well, yeah, it is you do throw money, I guess, but maybe it's not so fast to get it. So it's like brings disrespect to the office of the chief minister, the kind of work, social service and all that's needed, right? And this reason they say that, oh, I want to serve the nation, I want to give back to the people, is come on, public is very mature now. Are you going to tell that you as an actor you can't do service to the society? You can do so much as an actor. You can start an NGO, you can go help the blind people, you can help the poor people, you can educate, you can do so much, right, with your star power. There is absolutely no need to come to politics unless they say that politicians, usually the enforcement directorate, the tax people, rumor, right, this is rumor, I'm not saying this is truth, it might be random, say that they will hesitate to go because this person might become the minister of the ruling party in the next time, and then the enforcement people might get into trouble. So there is like a fear to disturb people who are active in politics, right? So could that be the reason Vijay want to protect his wealth? Number one. Number two, Vijay has painted himself into a corner in terms of in Kollywood. He has not much room to go because he has certain limitations. He did well as a commercial hero when Rajini was slowing down, when Kamal also maybe was somewhat slowing down, but now the senior heroes are active again, right? He where is he going to go? If his face, like Rajini and Kamal's face, they look good in various configurations. You put a beard on them, they go bald, they do this, they look good. But Vijay has a nice baby face, which unfortunately does not lend itself well to modifications. You saw the movie Puli and certain other movies, even Leo, when he tries some different thing, he looks like, very weird. People have difficulty accepting it. He only looks good in a very narrow band of either clean shaven young college boy look or with a bit of a more 5 o'clock shadow goatee look, like the gangster in Leo. So in that situation, it's tough for him, right? But we have to give him credit. As a Nepo kid, you can see most people, Bharati Raja's child, who else is this? How to say, a few other famous, even Satyaraj's son and all that, have a difficult time to even break into the field, right? But Vijay is one of the higher top echelon of heroes. So we have to give him credit for all the work that he did. Maybe if he could have controlled the fans better, maybe set a better example rather than he's setting up an example of look of opportunities, take over, right? More like the marauding horsemen, robbers of yesteryears, right? In cowboy, in Indians, this kind of era, and all, right? There'll be always these train robbers and all. They just take things and go, right? If you ask them why, you say I have to survive, I have to eat, I have to find a way to make money. So I'm going to say they're wrong or not, right? But conventionally we say it's not right. Okay, so maybe something that can be looked at, and yet the verdict is out. Vijay did decently well in Kollywood as a star. He managed to still move forward despite competitors like Ajit, Rajini, Kamal, all this one, right? And then junior ones are coming up like Sivakarthikeyan. Behind him, top ones are still staying like Rajini and Kamal. So who knows? He might do something in politics. But if he keeps on going with this kind of negative karma of just being opportunist and trying to grab victories only, he might find that even in a world of politics where everything is a marriage of convenience, he will be in trouble, right? So in this discussion about titles, I just want to say that the title battle was one of the triggers that happened just before Vijay left politics. That was one of the last Hollywood battles he had. So that's why I wanted to talk about titles and how that was one of the starting points of the drama that eventually led to Vijay making that final jump into politics. Good chance that he might do some films and do politics as well. Pawan Kalyan did it in Andhra. And do you know, guys, one thing? Don't you know that Rajini always says Yen Wali, Tani Wali, and so on and so forth? So he might just pull a big chess piece, flip everybody over, and come in later into politics. There's no law saying that Rajini cannot come into politics, guys. He can still come after this. Do you guys know that? Right? If you see the chess move Superstar is making, he is trying to dissociate himself from that saffron paint that they threw on him to sort of prevent Rajini moving forward. He's making movies that are with more atheist kind of people who have a lot of emotion about historically underrepresented communities. People like Pa Ranjit. He worked in characters like Lal Salam. He played a Muslim character and so on. So he's setting himself up for something. Is it a coincidence or not? Only time will tell. But it is still yet possible that we might find not only a title battle but a Rajini Vijay battle in politics as well. Because like how Rajini says in Petta, நீ கையை வச்சிருக்க கூடாது, கையை வச்சுட்ட, இப்போ அந்த பலனை அனுபவிக்கணும். So it's possible, but I would say in a positive way. Rajini has always been a spiritual person, so he will always fight fair, and competition is something that Rajini loves. We can all see based on his action itself. So I think it will be great for Tamil Nadu politics even if Rajini enters the fray. He does have an advantage in the sense that he is very well known among world leaders and politicians. Even Japanese love him, and also he can really bring a lot of benefit to Tamil Nadu by virtue of his soft power, and people love him everywhere. So for him to go and get investment, business, he can really bring a lot of benefit to Tamil Nadu. He appreciates Tamil Nadu a lot because sometimes your own child take you for granted. The child that you took off the streets or the child that you brought up, they really appreciate because you gave them a home. You took care of them, although they're not your own flesh and blood. So one of the positive things about Tamil Nadu is that the proverb they say Vandare Vala Vaikum Tamil Nadu. So the fact that Tamil Nadu appreciated him for his talent, right, did not treat him like a foreigner or whatever it is, and showed love to him. That's the beauty of Tamil Nadu back in the day. Unfortunately now, just like anywhere in the world, a lot of right wing people, a lot of fundamentalist people talks about people, how could out of state people or this and that rule and so on and so forth. But ultimately the correct thing would be that the person with the most merit should be the one to rule. It's not necessarily belonging to your own religion or to your own caste or to your own skin color, but the person of your own religion, caste, skin color can be a politician who steals money from you, can be corrupt. In fact, he can use those labels that he's of your same kind, same fraternity, to cheat you. But an outsider, he's already facing a lot of pressure, he's already being rejected by virtue of all this skin color or whatever. So he's somebody who from the beginning had to grow based on merit and hard work. So that is not alien to him, and so he might serve the state double compared to other people, right, to show his appreciation and to show his gratitude towards the love that Tamil Nadu people showed him, and that's the good karma of Tamil Nadu people that is coming back to them. Those minorities who are treating people with talent in labeling them based on all these things, even like people like Shah Rukh Khan and all that, they are people with a lot of talent, hard work. They bring positive aura around them. Just by labeling them as a certain race, religion and so on, I think it's not gonna make things good for anybody. So sorry for such a long talk. I don't know, I started off wanting to talk about this phenomena of titles among South Indian heroes and the drama associated with that, but somehow it went on a tangent of society, politics and so on. So anyway, wish the best for both Vijay and Rajinikanth. If they bring their battle to politics, it will be very interesting, and it's why not they act in one movie a year and also do politics, right? There's still a scope for that. So with that, thank you guys. Share your thoughts about what's going to happen in the future. What you all think, what will happen if Rajini decides to jump in later on after Vijay jumps in. It's going to be a lot of fun, I'm sure. And with that, I say bye bye, much love, thank you, take care guys.